So again, thank you for joining me in your practice today. We are going to start laying down on our backs. If you have a block, cushion, or some support, I invite you just to bring that out to the side and then just to make your way down. You can slide the soles of the feet in just to the width of the mat and let the left hand rest on the heart and the right hand rest on the belly. Just taking a few moments to adjust in that position so that there's ease. And so that you can also drop the belly and let the lower back meet the earth. So there's a slight tuck of the tail, a gentle tuck of the chin in, softening of the eyes or let them close. And let's just start to connect with our breath. And starting to observe the flow, the length of the inhalation, and the length of the exhalation. Let's let the breath be very natural and uncontrolled. Observe the qualities of the breath, maybe noting where the belly expands, maybe the chest slightly lifts and presses into that left hand. And noticing where the body, the chest and the belly softens as you breathe out. So just a few more moments to observe the qualities of the breath. Maybe there's a subtle sound. Maybe there's a pause at the top or the bottom of the breath. At the bottom of your next exhalation, I invite you to hold the breath out. Invite you to squeeze pelvic floor, let the tail tuck a little bit more so the lower back, the sacrum meets the earth. Draw navel center in. Continue with the hold of the breath out. And then together for 4, we take an inhale. For 3, 2, and 1. Hold the breath at the top. Let the body expand and fill, maybe taking an extra sip of breath in. And for 4, we release the breath out. 3, 2, 1. Again, contract, pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, navel center in towards the spine. Feel that space on the floor, lower back, holding that breath. And then deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and squeeze at the top of the breath, maybe allowing the belly and the chest to rise and expand a little bit more, taking that extra sip of breath in. And then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeezing pelvic floor at the bottom of the breath, holding, maintaining the breath out. It's your last hold on the breath out. And we breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top. Again, allowing the belly to expand, the chest to expand and to press into those hands. Taking that extra sip of breath in. Holding for 3, 2, open the mouth, exhale, release the breath out. And just letting the hands drift away from the center of the body as you start to guide the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. You can rock a little side to side. And then you're going to take the legs straight up to the sky. So if you're limited with hamstring flexibility here, feel free to place a block underneath the sacrum. Let the palms rest out beside you. So let the palms face up if this is okay. If you need that extra support for the low back, you can press the palms down into the mat. Good. Start to flex the toes, spread them wide, flex the feet. And then you can point the feet, press the toes together. So a flex and a point. You'll start to cultivate a little heat here in this position. Yeah, your legs may be out to this 45 degrees. So we start to work with the core. Yeah, keep pressing our navel center in towards the spine. You can take circles with the ankles and change directions. Good. And then flex feet once again, heels up towards the sky, toes down towards the nose. Again, take that support of the hands if you need, or the block. And breathe. I invite you to soften the gaze. And just start to become aware of the fire in the belly as we start to stoke that Agni. So we are working with Garudasana today, eagle. We'll be invited to cultivate that strength, cultivate that power, yet with grace and precision, all of the qualities of eagle. From here, you can bend that left knee, take the right knee on top. You can reach up for the ankles here, the blades of the feet or the shins. If that's not available to you, you can take your pigeon pose. Yeah? So taking that option, you can drop the back body, tuck the chin in so the spine is long, and start to draw those heels and knees in towards the chest. If you're in this position here, that left heel may be down near that right glute. Lift it up and work on finding that parallel line with the shins. And if you're in your pigeon pose, just drawing the legs a little closer, finding length, space in the body, as well as the breath. Last 3, 2, and 1. A gentle release of the legs. Keep the legs bound. We take that left foot behind the right or squeeze inner thighs if we can't take that double wrap. So squeeze of the inner thighs, we reach those arms up to the sky. We take left elbow to on top of the right. Yeah. So eagle arms. If this is not available for you, you can take the hands to the shoulders. Yeah. And then from here, we lift the elbows up towards the knees and squeeze. Good. On an inhale, we find length of the legs and the arms. And exhale, draw knees in, squeeze. Good. Inhale. And exhale. The last 5. Lengthen, extend, inhale. And exhale, hold elbows and knees towards one another. Maybe they meet. Keep lifting, holding here. Good. And then a release of those arms to a cactus position. Drop the knees over to the left. You can take that right hand on top of the knee. Drop that right shoulder and then turn the gaze towards the right hand. Invite you to rock a little here on that left hip just to invite some more space in. Maybe feel that adjustment in the spine. Last full breath in here. Complete breath out. We'll start to roll back through center. Take those legs back up. Flex the feet. Relax the palms, the arms, or use them as your support. From here, we can take A bend in that right knee. Left ankle comes on the top, option 1, for your pigeon to reach up. Or we take it right on top. We reach up for the shins or the blades of the feet, and then drop the head, tuck the chin, drawing those legs in. Good. You will notice the difference from one side to the other. With each breath out, we relax a little and allowing the legs to come a little closer to the body. If that right heel is down towards that left glute, maybe you lift it up for that a little bit more. And breathe. Nice full breath in. And out. We just release the hands. And we can now take the legs to lace, so eagle legs. It's not important to take the second bind of that left foot, but rather to squeeze the inner thighs. Arms come up here. We can take right elbow on top of left. Good. We draw elbows and knees in to meet. And then on an inhale, we extend those arms. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, draw it in. In. We've got 5 more. You can start to cultivate that Ujjayi breath or oceanic breath, or what Stephen and I named yesterday, dolphin breath. Last 2. And hold. Hold to the center line. Good. 3, 2, 1. Release those arms out to a cactus position. Drop the knees over to the right. You can take right hand on top of left thigh or knee and drop that left shoulder blade towards the floor. Rocking just a little here. Breathing deep into the belly. Letting that breath travel up to the chest. Full cycle of breath. And a gentle release, come back through center. Good, you'll extend those legs up once again. Good, flexing the feet, spread those toes. And we'll bring those hands behind the thighs. We'll start to rock and roll up and bend the knees. Let's take 3 more if that feels okay for your spine. Otherwise, start to roll up and find your tabletop. Then we'll all meet there in tabletop, crossing the legs if that's possible to move over the legs there. Good. Okay, so from our tabletop, sorry guys, just turning the phone off. From our tabletop, we'll take that right leg back behind you. Again, flex the foot and turn the toes down towards the earth. Drop the outer edge of that right glute, right hip down. So it's not opening out to the side, but we're squaring the hips. From here, you can press through the top of the back of the mat with that foot and extend through that hamstring. On an inhale, we'll lift that leg up. We'll take it behind you. We look over that left shoulder. So squeeze of that left shoulder towards the hip. On an inhale, we'll lift it back up and we'll draw that the knee in towards the nose, round through the upper back. On an inhale, lengthen, extend, and draw that right knee out to the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Draw left knee behind the right knee behind the left. There we go. From here, you're going to start to sit back. If this is too much for the knees or the ankles, you can modify from here. Otherwise, pressing the hips back towards the mat, tuck the chin, rest the head in. You may want to reach for a block and take a block underneath the glute, that right glute, as we start to press up onto our hands to sit, Gomukhasana legs. From here, reach the arms up to the sky. You can always extend that right leg. Exhale, bring those elbows, arms down, right elbow on top of left. Get an option to take the hands to the shoulders. On an inhale, lift the chest, elbows. On an exhale, round and draw in. Inhale, lift the elbows, open arms. And then exhale, bring those hands back down towards the floor. Extend that right leg long. We draw right knee into right elbow and then take it across. Extend that left leg back and then start to lower down onto the hands. We won't be here for long, just a few breaths. So I invite you to move a little side to side just to really start to feel into the experience of sensation. On your next inhale, we'll rise up onto the hands. Slide that left knee in and take that right knee back to our table. And so again, we go over to the other side. Left leg goes long, flex through the foot. Toes down towards the floor, drop the outer edge of that left hip. So we're not opening here. We keep those hips in alignment. From here, drop the ball of that left foot, press into the earth. You can adjust the hands forward if you need. Really nice stretch for the hamstring. And then we'll lift it up on an inhale. Take it out to the right side, press into the ball of the foot. Right shoulder draws towards the hip and we look towards the heel. So we're finding that length in the left side body and compressing, contracting through the right obliques. Inhale, lift and lengthen the leg. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, draw knee behind to the right. We start to sit back. This might be enough of a stretch for you here. You can unravel that bottom leg and start to sit back just for a moment here, chin in towards the knee. And then if you need, you can start to take that left block underneath the left glute. So then we can start to sit up into Gomukhasana, cow facing pose. If you need, extend that bottom leg. Reach the arms up to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, left elbow comes on top of the right. Elbows up in line with the shoulders. We squeeze the forearms. Take an inhale, look up. And then exhale, we round through the upper back, drawing chin in towards the chest, elbows in towards the navel. Inhale, rise. Open elbows, cactus arms. And exhale, bring the hands back down. And extend that left leg long. We draw it in towards that left wrist and take it across the mat into pigeon pose. Extend that right leg. And then we can start to lower. Again, I invite you just to explore here. Let that movement cultivate an awareness to what you feel. And also to create some space. If we're holding the breath, we're also holding that tension. So if you need an audible sigh of that exhale, that can be welcomed, and it can also feel really nice. Start to come up onto your hands. And slide that back knee in, left knee goes back tabletop. From here, let's tuck those toes, shift the hips back towards the heels. If this is okay for you, an active child's pose. Otherwise, untuck the toes. We reach those arms forward. The elbows stay lifted from the earth. We can rest the third eye. And let's just rock the shoulders a little side to side. So just starting to find length in the arms. So as you press through the mat, think about drawing the shoulders back towards the hips. And you can tense into the fingers, lift the palms. And then drop the palms down and start to round and rise up. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Keep those toes tucked. And we lift the hips up into downward facing dog. So now you can pedal out through the feet. I invite you to drop one heel and then pause. Take a full breath in. Complete breath out. And then switch sides. So that it's intentional steps. We have a moment to feel, to breathe, and then allowing that tension to shift. So you can move the hips a little side to side if you'd like. Keeping the spine long, soft bend in the knees. And then just making your way back through center, find feet hip width apart, downward facing dog. Lift the toes and then spread them wide on the mat. The heels don't have to meet. I would like you to bend the knees a little. Chest a little closer to the thighs. And if you're in the room with Corinne, she has a perfect downward dog. So if you need any assistance in that, you can gaze towards her. Last full breath in here. And cleansing breath out. And you can slowly start to make your way to the top of the mat. Uttanasana, our forward fold. And take the elbows and sway a little side to side. And if you've got the elbows, you can let the hands drift towards the earth, tuck the chin in, and we roll up vertebra by vertebra, very slowly. As you rise, your shoulders up towards the ears and then down, lifting through the chest, let the palms shine forward. Root down through the soles of the feet and reach up through the crown of the head. Good. Just take a moment to close the eyes. A moment to connect with your breath. To connect with the earth beneath you. To connect to that strength and power. And then on an inhale, we'll reach the arms up to the sky, look up to the palm. On an exhale, fold forward over the legs. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine, draw shoulders back. And on an exhale, take 2 steps back to plank pose. Yeah. Option to drop the knees if you need. Draw navel center in. Draw heart up in between the shoulder blades so there's a light protraction through the upper back here. Good. A squeeze of pelvic floor. You can squeeze the inner thighs, the glutes. And then very slowly, we'll lower all the way to the floor. Drop the knees if you need. Elbows stay in. Untuck the toes, cobra pose as you inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. You can clear the breath out. And then 2 breaths in through the nose, cultivating Ujjayi. And back out. Bend the knees, look forward as you inhale. Exhale, little step or hop top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, inhale, arms come up to the sky, palms meet. Exhale, Samastiti, hands to the heart space. Come back to Tadasana, deep breath in. Complete breath out. And we go again. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Take an inhale here, drop the knees if you need. Exhale, lower all the way. Inhale, cobra pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath. Clearing breath out. 2 breaths. Fading ujjayi, the sound of the ocean with each breath. That gaze forward, bend the knees, a little step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine. Exhale, fold. Arms up, stand tall. Inhale. Exhale, palms connect, Samasthiti. Back to Tadasana, ground through the feet. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine. In. Exhale, plank pose. Lower in that exhale all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Downward facing as you exhale. Deep breath. Clearing breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, take a breath in. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold a little closer to the legs. Stand tall, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, palms come to meet at the heart space. Take a moment, close the eyes, return to Tadasana. Grounding. Breathing. And observing. You can soften the gaze, eyes open, arms sweep along the earth, Utkatasana chair pose. Sit the hips down low. Again, we squeeze pelvic floor, draw navel center in. We're not removing the natural curve in the low back, but just keeping that core active here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, smile, soften that gaze. A little more weight into the heels as you sit down, maybe lift the toes for a breath, and then plant the toes back down to the earth. We press through that left foot from here. Let's take that right knee up into the chest. Take it over the left. Again, option here, bring the hands to heart space. Option to take that right ankle on top of the knee. Use the wall if you need. Otherwise, squeezing inner thighs together, maybe a double wrap of that foot. We take left elbow on top of right. Good. Finding that length in the spine and in the breath. And then starting to sit a little deeper. If you'd like to round, you can draw elbows in towards the knees, shifting that drishti, that focal point out in front. The 3, 2, and 1. Start to rise, release the legs. I know, reach those arms up, knee up into the chest. And then we step that right foot back, drop the foot. Low lunge, runner's lunge. Good, you can use the blocks or tent the fingers here. The active right glute, let's lift through the chest a little. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, take that left foot back to plank pose, deep breath in. Complete breath out as you lower. Urdhva Mukha inhale. Ardha Mukha exhale. Deep breath. And 1 to clear. Let's take that right leg high, sweep it up, inhale. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, 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 and then lightly step it forward to the top of the mat. And let's sweep those arms up, find length through the spine, crescent lunge. Draw that left hip forward, a soft bend in that back knee, and then sit a little bit deeper here. We can cactus those elbows out to the side. Inhale, take them back up. And exhale, draw them out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach them up. Then exhale, we reach them back and we fold towards that right thigh. Lift the belly up, keep that gaze out in front, and light step of that left foot forward, top of the mat. Sweep the arms up, Utkatasana, I know. Sit a little bit deeper. Inhale to stand tall, optional back bend. And then exhale, palms of the hands to heart space. Drop the hands, adjust the stance, close the eyes, and let that heat, those sensations shift. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Ready for the second round. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. Utkatasana. Sit the hips down low. Weight into the heels here. Good. Again, a tuck of the tail. Engage Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, navel center in to support the low back. Drop the shoulders away. Soften the gaze. Smile. Sit a little bit deeper. Maybe lift the toes for a breath. And then exhale, spread those toes wide. Press through that right foot, lift that left knee. We take that left leg over top, option, figure four, or in a squeeze of those thighs. Maybe you wrap the foot around that calf muscle. You can bring the hands to heart or take right elbow on top of left. There's many options here. Finding that length in the spine and in the breath. And then sitting a little bit deeper. If you would like, you can start to round through the upper back, drawing elbows and knees in to squeeze, shifting that focal point. To 3, 2, 1. Start to rise. Release those arms, knee up into the chest. Good. And then sweep those arms back, leg extends back. We take it to the earth. Runner's lunge. Good. Take a breath here. We engage that left glute. So the really active thigh, active leg. Lift through the chest a little. And then we'll plant the hands. We'll take it back to plank pose. Inhale. Lower to the exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha or Cobra. Urdhva Mukha as you exhale. Cycle of breath in through the nose. Option to clear out through the mouth. Left leg goes up to the sky, sweep it up. Knee in towards the nose, round. Slowly, with control, land that foot to the middle of the mat. Between the hands, good. Extend through that right leg. Reach those arms up, crescent lunge. Good. Tuck of that right hip under so we have the spine long. Shoulders stacked over the hips. From here, we can cactus those elbows. And then match that movement with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, we float those hands down towards the hips. Reach towards the back wall. Weight comes forward into that left leg. Belly lifts. And then we lightly step that right foot forward. Inhale, Utkatasana. We sit in that exhale. Inhale, stand tall, little back bend. And exhale, palms of the hands back to heart space. Closing the eyes. Let the hands drift down back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Rather than shaking the legs out or adjusting, just be with this sensation for a moment. An opportunity to be aware of the rhythm of breath, the pulse, the heartbeat, and even the stories or the thoughts, the energy that's moving and shifting in the body. We'll come back to Utkatasana. Inhale, reach arms up. Good. On an exhale, we'll sit low, and this time we'll take right elbow over top of left. Option to take hands to shoulders if you need. Good. Sit down a little bit deeper, so just eagle arms. We press weight into that left foot. Right heel comes up towards the buttocks, and we start to step it back. Warrior one. So back foot is 45 degrees. We press through the blade of the foot as we start to lift those arms up to the sky. If you need to release the arms, that's okay. Deep breath. And as we exhale, start to fold to the inside of that left leg. You can let the knees splay a little. Shift that gaze and the crown of the head towards the floor. 2. And 1. Inhale, we rise. Elbows out wide, cactus. And then exhale, hands to the floor, left foot steps back. You can skip this and move to downward dog if you'd like, or move with your breath. Inhale, cobra pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full cycle of breath. Take that right leg high, sweep it up. Open the hip up, bend the knee. Oh, my ear just fell out, so hopefully you can still hear me. We open that knee and drop that right shoulder down. Take one big circle of that right knee. And then extend the leg long, draw right knee in towards the nose, step it forward. Good. Let's reach those arms forward this time. Press through the ball of that right foot. Engage the core, long and steady breaths. Option to sweep the hands back towards the heel as you come up, or start to lift, lengthen through left leg. Flex through that left foot, warrior 3. So option is back here or hands to prayer. For 3, 2, and 1. Back to Utkatasana, hands in prayer. Sit down low, take a breath if you need. Good. From here, we bring those arms up. We take left elbow on top of right. Yeah, I think we're on the other side. Right elbow on top of left, maybe. Yeah, all right, so sit down low. Press through that right foot. Left heel comes up towards the hip. And then extend it back, warrior 3. Warrior 1. Elbows up, arms up, look up, press through the blade of that right foot, engage that left glute. And as you exhale, start to draw those elbows in to the inside of that knee. You can let the knees splay a little as you shift that gaze and draw the crown of the head towards the floor. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Start to rise up. Open arms, cactus, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot back, plank. Vinyasa if you'd like, or you can come to child's pose, rest. Take the option that you need. Full breath in. Full breath out. You're in child's pose, come back up to downward dog. We extend that left leg high. Inhale. Open that hip up, exhale. Drop that left shoulder a little, so torso towards that right thigh. Take one big circle of that knee. And then extend that leg long. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round. Step it forward between the hands. Good, we prepare here, arms forward. If you'd like, arms back, if you'd like, or hands to prayer. Shifting that weight forward, we start to lift, coming up into our warrior 3. Breathe. 2, and 1. Drop that right foot, Utkatasana, inhale. And then stand tall, hands to heart, Samasthiti, exhale. Drop the hands, return home to Tadasana, place where you feel strong, grounded. Observe. We come back to Utkatasana. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine. Plank pose, step or little hop back. Lower to the exhale. Inhale, cobra or Urdhva Mukha. Urdhva Mukha, exhale. Take that right leg high, sweep it up, open the hip, bend the knee. Drop right shoulder. We take one big circle of that knee and extend it long. Right knee to right elbow. Hold. Right knee to leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, inhale. Knee to that left elbow, exhale, hold, and then drop it down. Good. From here, take that left leg behind you, left knee behind you. Again, reach for the block to place underneath that left hip if you need. You can also extend that bottom leg. Yeah. We'll reach the arms up to the sky. This time we'll take the elbows. You can let that left hand come down. So it'll look like this, left hand down towards the neck or between the shoulder blades. If you would like a little bit more, you'll reach that right arm around, maybe to take the fingers, maybe just to explore that. Deep breath in and breath out. Very gently release where you are. Arms come up and then arms come down. Let's take it to a side. Left hand down to the side, right hand reaches across. Soften deeply through that left elbow. And as you breathe in, let the belly and the ribs expand. I lost an ear again. Next breath in, lift up. Over to the other side as you breathe out. Deep breath in. And out, come up. We roll back onto the knees if that's possible, or find your way back to tabletop. And then you can make your way into a downward facing dog. Great work, guys. Let's take that left leg high, sweep it up to the sky. Open the hip up, bend the knee. Drop that left shoulder a little. So we're opening the hip. Take one big circle of that left leg. Good. And then extend it up towards the sky. Draw knee in towards that, towards the nose. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Extend it up, three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow. Extend it long. Left knee to right elbow. Hold. It crosses the body, we drop the shin. We tuck that right knee behind. And then we start to make our way back into our Gomukhasana legs. So you can sit on the block if you need. You can extend that bottom leg if you need. Finding your place here. We'll reach those arms up to the sky. Take the hands to the elbows. Good. From here, an option to take that right hand between the shoulder blades. Keep pulling on that right elbow with the left hand, or take that left arm behind and reach for those fingers. Maybe it's just to explore where you're at, how far you can go. Lifting and lengthening through the spine. Last breath. A gentle release. Bring those arms down, right hand over to the side, left arm reaches up. Breathe into that left side body. Breathe in, take it over to the other side. Breathe in, rise. We bring those hands down and out in front. We can adjust those legs, and let's take it back to our child's pose. Close the knees, knees in. Rest the forehead. And just rock the hips a little side to side. Rest the elbows. Let the belly soften. And then starting to rise on your inhale. We return to downward facing dog. Let's take that right leg high to the sky. Press back to that left thigh. And as you exhale, drop that right foot, let it brush against the earth. Lift up onto the ball of that left foot and take that right foot forward. 1 foot in front or 2. Walk the hands back to fold over that right leg. This is where you may use your block. Find a little length in the spine, inhale. And fold a little deeper in that exhale. I invite you to use the breath to find space and length and ease and depth. Last breath. On an inhale, let's walk those hands forward, back out to a downward facing dog position. So the hands may come off of the mat. Left leg goes high. We press back to that right thigh. And as you exhale, slowly drift that left foot down. Let the toes slide along the mat. As you lift that right heel, we bring it to the top. Yeah. So a couple feet away from one another, right heel drops. Let's lift through the chest, use the block. And exhale, fold. And using the breath to create space. A little movement to find more depth. Last full cycle of breath. And then inhale, let's walk those hands forward. Bend through that left knee, take right foot next to the left. And we'll hang in ragdoll for a few breaths. A moment now to check in how you feel physically. To observe what may have shifted from the start of your practice. And then slowly release the elbows. Let's rise up to stand. If we have the blocks, just allow them to be within reach. If you don't have the blocks, that's okay. We're going to come a little closer to the earth here. So from our standing position, let's draw that right knee up into the chest. So really root down through that left foot, gripping the mat with the toes. Option to flex the foot here and extend the leg. Option to add one more level, arms up. Good. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend to the knee. Good. Hands to heart. And then we start to lower, bending that left knee. Right knee comes down. Option to take the floor here with the hands or the blocks, or keep the hands at the heart space. Lift that back heel up. You can slide it up and down if you'd like that extra challenge. So 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor or blocks. We start to sit back. Good. For a twist. So option to extend that bottom leg, or you can keep that heel in towards the buttocks. If you're staying here, drop that left glute, squeeze that left knee in. Right hand to the outside of the knee. And then take left hand back behind you. Find length in the spine as you inhale. And look back over left shoulder as you exhale. Do a spinal twist. In. Breathe out. Last breath here. Start to return through center. You can option come forward, release the legs, or just find your way into this position here. So left foot is on the floor. We fold over that left leg, standing split. And then slowly bringing that right foot to meet the left and just on your mat. Again, a couple breaths in your forward fold. Release the elbows if you have them. Roll vertebra by vertebra up. Root through the feet. Very nice. Ground down through that right foot. We lift that left knee up into the chest. Option to stay here. You can flex the foot and just work with that balance, or you can extend that leg up along with the arms. Find length in the spine, so grounding through the heel, reaching through the fingertips and the crown of the head. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down to prayer. Bend that left knee. We start to lower left knee behind the right leg. Option to take the blocks or the floor. Find that support. If you would like to add, you can take a few pulses. Knee slides up and down. Good. Bring the hands to the floor here. Make your way onto the buttocks. Left leg can extend, option. If you're in this position here, let's drop through that right hip. Hug the knee in, press through the big toe. Take right hand back behind you, hook that left elbow, and look over that shoulder. Finding a little more length in the spine as you inhale. Turning a little further back as you exhale. Last breath. Returning through center. Rock forward. However you need to get there. Left leg goes high. Frame that foot and fold. Standing split. Inhale, lift, bend that left knee and the right. Good. Let's separate the feet wide on the mat. We'll come into a low yogi squat, Malasana. So the feet turn out to 45 degrees. We can bring the palms together at the heart space and just press the knees away. So we've been working a lot with the glutes today, also the shoulders and our core. We'll take that left hand down and sweep that right arm up to the sky if that feels okay. I invite you to take a few circles with that right arm to the back of the room and then around to the front. Last full circle. And then other side, right hand comes down, left arm up. You can take a few circles, reaching back and then forward. And then reaching it up. Bring that hand back to the floor. Option from here is to come into crow pose if that's in your practice. Otherwise, I invite you to sit for a few more breaths here in Malasana. Let there be an opportunity for creativity in your practice. And then just taking your time with wherever you're at, we start to make our way down onto our mat. So you can take that right hand behind you, drop the sit bones, scoot the feet together. It can feel really nice to give yourself a squeeze here. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest, keep the spine long, and we'll extend those legs. So option to keep the big toes on the floor. If you'd like that little bit more, heels to be in alignment with the knees, and then those arms can reach out. Good. If you'd like that little bit more, start to extend the legs. Let the legs shake. Allow the body to breathe. Let the gaze, the drishti be steady. The 3, 2, and 1. Extend. We start to lower onto our back. You can reach those arms up overhead. Deep breath in, lengthen. Open mouth, breathe out. Another one like that. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Good. You can shuffle the feet into the width of the mat and come back to that place where we started. If you would like to add onto your practice today, maybe a shoulder stand or halasana would feel nice. Again, giving you that opportunity to explore. And if you're ready, almost ready for shavasana, it's an opportunity for you to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. If you're in this position here, you can bring the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. And again, a few moments to invite in the qualities of eagle, Garudasana. Quality of grace and precision. Again, I lost my ear. Strength and power. Cultivating balance and stability. In your own time, you can start to draw the knees together, extend the legs for shavasana. If you have a block or cushion that will help support you and the lower back here in this position, I invite you to adjust. We've got a few minutes here for you to integrate the teachings of the practice today. You to let go of anything that you've been holding on to, any judgment, any story, any tension, tightness in the body. Allow the jaw to soften, the tongue to soften. Eyes soft or eyes closed, let the shoulders drop. Allow yourself to be received by the earth, held, supported. With each moment, with each breath, allow the body to grow a little heavier as you surrender. Surrender is not about giving up, but giving in. Starting to return to your breath. Noticing the very softness, the steadiness of the breath. The short and the shallowness of the breath. The space, notice the space between thought, the clarity that you may have cultivated today. And in the stillness, I invite you to set an intention. A moment to connect to the heart, to listen in to that guidance. Allow there to be a space and some time for that to evolve. And as you start to move, and you start to awaken to these new moments. Stay curious and open and continue to welcome that guidance from within. Gently moving the head a little side to side. Wiggle the fingers. Notice the space in the body, maybe even the weight of the body. Let there be some warmth in the heart, the warmth of a smile. Let there be a moment in gratitude for the time we've had today to move, to breathe, to connect. The time that you've given yourself. Just make your way in your own time into the fetal position. There's no hurry. And if and when you're ready, you can start to rise up to find comfort in a seat. You can keep the eyes soft or the eyes closed. And just bringing the palms of the hands to heart space to honor all that is within, to this wisdom, to our inner guru, to all that we feel and experience. For all of these gifts that we have to rise, to continue to rise and evolve. Thanking each of you for your practice today, for your strength and that power, that grace. Namaste.